prayer we must this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwu Okike Abiama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable Zoological Republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwu Okike Abiama onye na-efewe n'aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebe dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro, iwe nye anyị ndụ n'ala nke dị ndụ were n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya ka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-etoghị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi okwu mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-etoghị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụla anyị a na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you are connecting me from Africa, Asia, Europe, America, Australia, or Canada, I thank you very much for your contributions on my channel. Please, each time you watch my video, go to the comment section and leave your comment. Say it the way you feel it. You can be able to argue your points over there. Give your comment. You can contradict if you like. Just make your contributions. Anything you can contribute to make sure that we offer you a better program, put it down in the comment section. It's all welcome. Thank you so much wherever you're coming, and share the video to all platforms. Share it to your family and friends. Share it to everybody that needs to hear our voice. Share it so that they can join us and know what is going on in the country from Nigeria. It is not all well in the country from Nigeria. It is not all well. A lot is going on. That is where we are speaking of. We cannot be silent. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter the attack that is coming from east, west, north, and south, right, left, and center. We will continue to say it exactly the way it is. The truth and nothing but the truth. We are not preaching hate against anybody. Neither are we talking down on anybody. All we are saying is live and let live. And for those who have said we will not live, the Fulani Janjaweed who have sworn that the indigenous tribe in the country of Nigeria will not have peace, they will not know peace either. That is why we are here. You can see what is happening in the country called Nigeria. The northern part of Nigeria have sworn that the south can never have power again. But eventually, the southern part of Nigeria, which is the breadwinner of the contraption called Nigeria, is still reluctant on asking for the right thing. They are still very reluctant on asking for the right thing. I mean the political elites. Even when the masses have realized that this very concocted, amalgamated company called Nigeria doesn't favor anybody. The masses know that. Every Southerner have come to realize that the Janjaweed are the owner of the so-called one Nigeria. Each time you mention one Nigeria, you are talking about the Fulanis. You are not talking about the other ethnic groups. They have realized that and they want out. That is why every ethnic group today is asking for self-determination. But the political elite are still playing to the gallery, still playing to the hand of this very Janjaweed. They do not want to join the masses to ask for this self-determination, which is the only thing they can ask for. They are asking for presidency. Coming out to issue a statement about presidency. You see the southern governors coming together to tell you that the president of the country must come from the south. And the north is telling you that it can never be possible, that they will not allow that. And because you are following their own constitution that they wrote for themselves to favor them, whatever they say happens. They are reminding you of numbers, that they have the number to make anybody they want to make president. Based on the constitution they wrote for themselves, they are right. It doesn't matter what you do in the south. It doesn't matter what you say in the South, they will produce a president. That is why we say Nigeria is a fraud and can never work. They are serious about it. They're not joking about it. You see, each time when you see them come, they say Northern Forum speak, Northern Forum, so you think it's a joke. That is the mindset of every politician in the North. That is what they are speaking. They are speaking for every politician in the North, and they are going to carry it to the last. They have said it open. Don't mind those people who are from the South who are deceiving themselves, preparing for 2023 that will never come. Already you can see they are preparing for war. The northern part of Nigeria is preparing for war. They have told you before your face that they will never relinquish power to the South. And they are not joking about it. And if you think it's a joke, I want you to hear directly from them what they are saying and what they are planning against the southern part of Nigeria.
Will present a candidate that will balance our 4 years before we go into rotation. But we are not asking for, like you call it, third time. No, we are not asking for third time. Nobody asks for third time. We will never ask for third time. We are democratic. We believe in democracy, and we are practicing democracy. That was why we said politics is a game of number, and we know we have the numbers. We are 120 million population from the north. Then the Fulanis have 40 million in population, and if you put that together, that will give you 160 million. And you can, out of the approximately 210 million as in being envisaged the population of Nigeria, when you take 160 million out of 210 million, what is the balance? About 70 million. I cannot see how 160 million, I can't see how 70 million will beat 160 million. So we are ready for it. We believe in democracy. We are democratic in nature. We know politics is a game of number. We know politics, leadership is by ballot box. Leadership is by PVC. Leadership is by election. And that was why we are calling our people to come out en masse and get their PVCs. The 120 million Northerners should get their PVC. The 40 million Fulanis should get their PVC. Put together 160 million. We will elect another president by 29th of May. By February next 2023, we should be going into election to elect a fresh northern president that will balance the remaining 4 years that North has.
The Northern Consensus Movement has called on all 120 million Northerners and 40 million Fulanis that are eligible voters to ensure they mobilize towards 2023 general election and jettison on democratic leadership rotations in Nigeria. The group Northern Consensus Movement therefore stated that there is no amount of grandstanding propelled by the threats and intimidations either from the southern governors and some socio-cultural organizations that can change the remaining outstanding balance of 4 years presidency tenure for the North.
Southern Nigeria took the mantle of leadership for 14 years. By the time President Muhammadu Buhari will be finishing his 8 years, 2 term of 8 years, North would have served for 10 years, Southern Nigeria would have served for 14 years. If we are talking of equity, fairness, balance, and togetherness, then Northern Nigeria still have 4 more years to go before it will now be equal of 14 years. But nobody can twist us from the north, or intimidate us, or harass us, or coerce us to think that by grandstanding or intimidation we will abandon our 4 years just because some people are threatening the peaceful coexistence of Nigeria. Northern Nigeria has a population of over 120 million people. And by this press conference, we are asking all the 120 million eligible voters from the north to come out en masse and get their PVC, and also begin an aggressive but peaceful mobilization of our people to get ready for 2023 general election. We are also using the medium to call on to our 40 million Fulani brothers that are Nigerians to also reach out to every Fulani man that is eligible to get his PVC, so that he will be the part of deciding who becomes the next Nigeria's president in 2023 as Nigerians that have equal right with any other Nigerian. And like we all know, in the United States of America, the Britain and other parts of the world, most especially in America, election of who becomes the president is determined by number. In most cases, most of the presidents of America are from North America, because that is where the vote comes from. But in Nigeria today, we have forgotten credibility, we have forgotten about patriotism, we have forgotten about nationalism, we have forgotten about love for each other. All we are talking about is tribe, religion, or region in terms of leadership. We are not looking at qualification. And by that, we are being intimidated that because the present leadership of Nigeria is being led by a northerner, we are being threatened that the power must shift to the other part of Nigeria, and we are saying that we still have a balance of 4 years, even after President Muhammadu Buhari left in 2023. By May 2023, we still have a balance of 4 years. And we cannot be intimidated, we cannot be harassed, we cannot be coerced by either the governors of South-South or any socio-cultural organization into leaving our mandate or jettison our mandate because of harassment or intimidation. We are saying that we must complete the balance of 4 years to make it 14 years from 1999 till date. Southern part of Nigeria would have ruled for 14 years. The North will complete it 4 years to make it 14 years before the issue of rotational presidency will come. But for now, 2023, and who becomes the president of 2023 is still another responsibility, because we still have a balance of 4 years. And even if the other part of Nigeria filled no, then every part or every political party should field in candidates. There are a lot of political parties in Nigeria. It's not only PDP or APC that are political parties in Nigeria. There are other political parties. Let all political parties field in qualified candidates. Then let Nigerians decide who becomes the next president. Let the ballot box decide who becomes the next president. Let the votes count and let the vote decide who becomes the next Nigeria's president. This is our position. This is the standing of North. And we cannot even be coerced or intimidated, even by our own northern governors cannot decide for us who become or which region will take over the mantle of leadership. Nigerians will decide who becomes the next president. And as far as northern Nigeria is concerned, northerners will field in a candidate from whatever political party. We will field in candidate, and we will vote in a candidate that we feel has the patriotism, a candidate that we feel have nationalistic thinking, a candidate that we think is qualified, a candidate that we think will love northerners, will love southerners, will love every Nigerian, either at home or abroad. But we will, like we said, we will not be intimidated. We refuse to be intimidated. We will not allow anybody to twist us. We have our own people, we have our own vote, and politics is a game of number. So let the numbers play out. Let the numbers decide who becomes the next Nigeria's president. At this juncture, I would also invite the president of Arewa Traders Association to make 1 or 2 comments. He understands how to speak Fulani. I don't know how to speak Fulani language, but he understands how to speak Fulani language. So he will speak and call on the Fulanis to please come out and do their PVC. Get their PVC and get ready for 2023 general election. I am speaking for the North. This is Northern Nigeria, as you can see. Northern Consensus Movement is an amalgamation of 75 economically inclined northern organizations. And when we say 75 economically inclined, it suggests to you that this, as we are seated here, is the economic heart of Northern Nigeria. This is the commercial heart of Northern Nigeria. The organizations here are the ones running the buying and the sellings, the transportation, the movement, and everything that you know that is foodstuff, good and services that is of Northern to any other part of Nigeria. This is the structure that is responsible for that. Here, you just heard from the president of Arewa Traders Association. When you hear Arewa Traders Association, you know what trading it means. Trading means anything buying and selling. And then you have the Amalgamated Cattle Dealers of Nigeria. When you hear that, it means anything that has to do with cattle, from cow, goat, sheep to chicken, as far as it is something that is worth eating in the name of meat, it is amalgamated. You just heard from the Gan Allah Fulani Development Association. And who are the rearers? The cattle dealers are the ones that buy the cattle and transport them and sell. While the Fulanis, you know very well, are the ones that rear those cow, sheep, goat, chicken, and anything meat. And you just heard from them. And you also have the Arewa Journalist Forum here. They speak, they carry all the information that we are. So everything that is buying and selling, as far as northern Nigeria is concerned, is here. You have the groups of comrades, apart from the economic bodies of that are members of here. You have the educational body, you have environmental body, you have a women body, you have everything that constitutes. You have a woman here who's representing all the northern women that are. So this is a northern structure. We speak for North. We don't just speak for ourselves. We speak for North because we are Northerners and we believe in North. That is number one. Number two, I am not term. We never ask for any third term. We will never ask for any third term. The president of Nigeria has made it his position clear that he is a democratic president and he believes in constitutional democracy. He is a man of rule of law, so he will not breach the rule of law. What we are saying is northern Nigeria has balance of 4 more years. We are going to present, the North will present a candidate that will balance our 4 years before we go into rotation. But we are not asking for, like you call it, third time. No, we are not asking for third time. Nobody asks for third time. We will never ask for third time. We are democratic. We believe in democracy and we are practicing democracy. That was why we said politics is a game of number, and we know we have the numbers. We are 120 million population from the north. Then the Fulanis have 40 million in population, and if you put that together, that will give you 160 million. And you can, out of the approximately 210 million as in being envisaged the population of Nigeria, when you take 160 million out of 210 million, what is the balance? About 70 million. I cannot see how 160 million, I can't see how 70 million will beat 160 million. So we are ready for it. We believe in democracy. We are democratic in nature. We know politics is a game of number. We know politics, leadership is by ballot box. Leadership is by PVC. Leadership is by election. And that was why we are calling our people to come out en masse and get their PVCs. The 120 million northerners should get their PVC. The 40 million Fulanis should get their PVC. Put together 160 million. We will elect another president by 29th of May. By February next 2023, we should be going into election to elect a fresh northern president that will balance the remaining 4 years that North has, because the southern part of Nigeria has already ruled for 14 years. We have only 10 years. We have balance of 4 years. We are going to vote in who becomes the next president to balance our 4 years. Then after that 4 years, we can come back to negotiating table and begin to discuss rotation, and then that time we will agree from where the rotation will start from, either from the north or the south. Wherever it was agreed as at that time, no problem. But for now, we have a balance of 4 years, and we are going to work towards ensuring that we complete that 4 years to make it 14 years from each of the regions, southern part and the northern part. Then after that, we are good to go. But we did not ask for third term. We will not ask for third term. President Buhari is a democratic president. He's a man that believes in rule of law. He is following strictly the rule of law, and he has mentioned in himself, nobody should try anything third time for him. We will not even support him as northerners. Even if he says he wants to go for third time, North will not support him. We are supporting him as a president now. We are with him. We will back him just like any other Nigerian will do for him. But at the expiration of his tenure, we are producing a fresh northern president that will complete our 4 years. After that, I repeat, we can go into negotiation and discuss rotation.
After hearing from them, you can see that they are not joking. Whatever they say is the mindset of every northerner. And with the number that British have given them, British have plotted a statistic that made them become the largest populated place instead of the south. There is no place in the history where the riverine area is less populated than the desert. There is no way in history, no country, where you can see a desert more populated more than the place where there is life. Only in Nigeria, they made them believe they have greater population. And it is still because of this very statistic that we're able to create states that are not viable in the northern part of Nigeria, claiming to have, is it up to 17 states they say they have. Inside those states, it's only 2 states that are viable. Only 2 can sustain themselves in the northern part of Nigeria. Because of the falsified figure that they're carrying about, which was given to them by British, they are still holding it. And this is why they are employing all the Fulanis all over West Africa to come into Nigeria to create space for them. They have come with Ruga, we said no. They are forcing the Ruga on everybody. They come with livestock, we said no. Now they are coming with open grazing. In 21st century, they are forcing open grazing on people, opening the border for everybody to come from anywhere. They are only chasing their population. That is why somebody will come and tell you that the Fulanis are more populated than the Yorubas and the Igbos. Somebody will come and be claiming that the Fulanis have up to 70 million. What a joke. This is the country we find ourselves, where you cannot see a single truth. They are working based on lies. Everything that is happening in Nigeria is based on lies. The foundation of Nigeria is faulty, and there is nothing you can build on a faulty foundation that can stand. A very faulty foundation. Yet the southern part of Nigeria, instead of demanding for what is right, instead of the politicians demanding for what is right, a referendum so that people will find their feet and decide their fate, they wouldn't do that. They are playing to the gallery because they are fraudulent. Most of them have acquired their own wealth through fraud. Even the one Nigeria is servicing them, they are benefiting from it. When you see them talking about VAT, when you see them crying about this VAT, you think that they are considering the poor masses. They don't care about the poor masses. When you talk about the VAT, this same VAT they're talking about, it was into this very same VAT that the so-called Jagaban in Lagos State stole a huge amount of money, stole Lagos dry. That was how Tinubu made his money. Tinubu became richer than Lagos State because he stole every resources in Lagos State. Such kind of a person, how do you think he will support disintegration? How do you think he's going to support a breakup? He will never support that until he dies. And he's going to die. I'm not wishing him that this is what is going to happen. He's going to die because the 2023 is going to elude him. Already, you can see they are preparing another mannequin in UK. He's there now. They are sending us pictures from all angles. He has been in UK now for months, taking treatment. A sick man preparing himself for 2023. This is where we find ourselves. You see the reason why you have to begin to ask for a breakup on this very contraption. The only thing that can save the indigenous people in the contraption called Nigeria is a breakup. If you don't ask for a referendum, you will pay with your life. The only way out is a referendum. Referendum to save life. Referendum so that the indigenous people in that very contraption can be able to have a say. It has gotten bad. It has gotten worse. And it will get worse. When I was talking about that, they kind of told you that Nigeria will be like Somalia. Nigeria is already like Somalia, but it's going to be more than Somalia. Nigeria have already overtaken Somalia. If you don't know that, know it now. The northern part of Nigeria now is being controlled by terrorists. People are kidnapped on daily basis. Even those who claim to be politicians, those who claim to be lawmakers, cannot even go to their villages. They can't go to their states. They have handed over the area to the terrorists while they are in Abuja, stealing you dry, preparing themselves for escape. And you you are still there preparing yourself to endorse them. You are putting your signature for your death. The earlier you begin to prepare yourself for what is about to come, the better. The only thing to ask for now to save your life and the life of your unborn children is a breakup. Referendum. Every tribe will decide their fate where they want to belong. As soon as the country is being broken into pieces, the interest will die. People will focus on their area. Whatever you want to do with your zone, you do it. Nobody's going to stress you. But the way Nigeria is being structured now, nothing can ever work. The southern governors can continue to threaten for all I care. They are talking about VAT. The VAT, you are talking about VAT. The case of the VAT is going to end in court. And guess what? Where are you going to take the case to? To a Fulani man. And you think a Fulani man will judge the case on your own favor. This was why they removed the CGN at the first time. This was why they removed Onohe. When they removed Onohe, you people didn't see what was coming. Everybody kept quiet. When they removed the person who was the CGN for committing no crime, for no reason whatsoever, they removed the CGN and placed a Fulani man, Tanko technicality, who doesn't know his left and right, a Sharia judge. They made him the CGN of Nigeria. What were you expecting? And today you are talking about VAT, thinking that it's not going to favor you. That is why when the Northerners are speaking, they speak with their head lifted high. They boast about it that they have the numbers, and they will decide. Anything you say in the North, they tell you that the law will decide, because they have their man over there. You talk about number, they tell you they have the number. Go to the Senate, they have the number. Not just that they have the population, they still have their stooge in the southern part of Nigeria who is going to pay their bill. They still have governors in the southern Nigeria who is going to play their role. They have senators in southern Nigeria who is going to support them. Somebody like Dave Umahi is already supporting the Fulanis. Dave Umahi from southeastern part of Nigeria, Ebonyi State, is already supporting the Fulanis, saying that he's not part of the VAT struggle. That he wants the federal government to continue to collect VAT from his state to take and share to people who are not ready to work for themselves. Hope Uzodinma, the Supreme Court governor, do you think he will ever support anything in VAT? You can't support it. Do you think a Supreme Court governor will ever support anything that will benefit his own people? He can never. This is why we are calling that there will be no more election in the southeastern part of Nigeria, because we have what people who have there are not representing the Southeast. They are representing themselves and representing the Fulanis. Fulani representative are the people they have there. We cannot continue to endorse them. That is the way to go. And if you have not woken up, wake up. This is the time for you to wake up. They are already here. For a very long time, our Suleiman Nandikan have cried and telling you that they are coming, they are coming. This is no longer the issue of they are coming. They are here now. It's left for you to fight for your life. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have laid a foundation that we will follow. If you want to be alive, a foundation you will follow and your life will be safe. If you refuse not to follow that foundation, it is up to you. You have yourself to be blamed. You definitely have yourself to blame. The only way for us to stay alive is to continue to demand for self-determination, ask for referendum by all means possible. Show your disapproval of what is happening in Nigeria by sitting at home with Biafrans when they are sitting at home. Every Monday, Biafrans most especially sit at home. Our Suleiman Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally because he has not committed any crime. The only reason why the political elite in Nigeria connived and went to Kenya to kidnap Suleiman Nnamdi Kanu and send him to Nigeria through extraordinary decision was because of this election, to make sure they have the election. It is all well known that if our Suleiman Nnamdi Kanu is with us today, this campaign they are holding in Anambra State cannot even hold. They dare not come out for any campaign. It is not boasting. If our Suleiman Nnamdi Kanu is with us, they dare not talk of any campaign. But today you can see what they are doing. Even when Biafrans have already had that message and they are sitting, they are now sending their military to go and begin to kill Biafrans, innocent Biafrans, to frame them up. Well, if you want to be alive, you know what to do. Stay away from anything that has to do with the election. Any symbol that has to do with the party. It doesn't matter the party. Any symbol that has to do with a political party in Anambra State, stay away from it. If it's a car painted in a political party, don't be in that car. If it's a house, don't stay in that house. If it's a shop, don't stay there. A bike, don't ride it. If you do, you are risking your life. It has started happening already. This is just a wake-up call for those who have not had it. Hear and open your ears to save your life. We have lost a lot of people. We do not want to continue to lose. We want to try to save as many lives as we can in Biafra land. That is why we are calling your attention on the plan of the DSS to kill the Biafrans. They have been doing it for a very long time. When we say it, people find it difficult to understand. This is not a difficult thing to understand. They have done it in NSAS. The video is everywhere. We are the government of the day. From Asorok with their jeep, we are bringing hoodlums, giving them guns and cutlasses to kill people. They have been doing it and they are still doing it. Today they are doing it in the southeastern part of Nigeria. Naming themselves unknown gunmen, disguising as unknown gunmen and killing people. That is how they rename themselves from time to time. They transform from one thing to the other in order to find a means to kill Biafrans. But Biafrans will continue to be alive. We will continue to speak up for those who want to stay alive, to listen and save their life. We have lost a lot of people. We don't want to continue to lose. We don't want to continue to lose. So listen and follow the right step. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to protect our senior leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to give him good health, give him strength, bring him back to us very, very soon, so that we can walk into Biafra with our head lifted high and celebrate with him. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from, and remember blessed. Bye bye. See you again in the next video.